Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the second episode of Yagate Kimi ni Naru, or Bloom Into You. Now, last episode, I was a little bit disappointed with the first episode. It was a bit too slow for my liking. A lot of it was just kind of centered on dealing with Yu's personal previous baggage with just some random guy that she hadn't broken up with properly, and just more guys in general and in the scenes than I would have liked in a Yuri anime. I know some people consider that a good thing for whatever reason, but I don't. I mean, I can live with that, but not something I would be happy about. And luckily we did get at least some kind of love confession near the end there, from Toko to Yu, but then she kind of backpedaled on that. So yeah, it's gonna take some time before we can really establish any kind of romantic relationship there, I think. But yeah, it definitely wasn't a bad first episode though. I don't want you to think that I thought that. It's just a little bit disappointing for me personally, but I do think there is potential there for it to really bloom into a pretty good Yuri anime, so that's why I'm continuing to watch it. So yeah, let's get into the next episode. Well, let's get into this episode and see how it goes. 3, 2, 1, play. Class 1-1. Yeah, I wouldn't call that cute either. uh, Not feeling too great. Well, she gets to spend time with senpai, so I'm sure it's worth it. I hope so. Good question though. Why? Well, no. Well, yeah, but she wants to be with you because she likes you, as we've established. Yes, she did say that to you. It's kind of hard to misinterpret that. Not sure why she wouldn't get it, but very nice classroom. They definitely are keeping with the flower symbolism here. I mean, you can tell they, from the title, but they're really dedicated to that. uh, Very interesting opening. Definitely beating you over the head with the flowers. Which is fine, it's pretty. So fine. But just, wow. Uh, yeah, this really is going to be a series that I struggle to really react to. Yeah, very, very artsy opening. Balls. Nice. She's thinking I wanted you to pound me like that. Yes, I have to go talk to my love interest. Well, too bad another girl came along. Not that she's salty about that or anything. Because I want to, do things with her. No, don't worry, nobody does. Ish. I mean, who else would possibly win? Oof. Your ball touched me. I mean... I want more than just praise. Sure, I guess. Possibly more than just that. Okay, that's why she's behind her. Yes, that's basically what it comes down to. You've been replaced, I'm sorry to say. And pound it. There. Well, I guess we'll see how long that lasts. Yes, we're deep enough already. I need to get deep into another girl now. Come on, there we go. And you won't like me when she's angry. I kind of messed my pronouns in that sentence, but... Well, that seems to have been resolved for the time being. You're not gonna beat me up, are you? Well, you don't know until you try. Yeah, but I wasn't chosen. Yes, at the very least. You're getting way too close to my waifu over there. That's all we ask. There's something oddly cute about her just standing back there watching the whole time, smiling. I'm sure you are. Well, she clearly is. Yes, I need an excuse to spend time with you. Uh, you know, that love confession, what was that about? I don't understand. Explain like I'm 5. I mean, how else would you interpret that? There's really only one way to interpret that, even for a dense protagonist. Okay, but it's still your feelings, so... What's your point? This is current year, after all. Well, there's always a first time for everything. Don't do anything you might regret. Because I'm starting to get kind of nervous with this scene. Uh, did she kiss her? Or... I need a better camera angle to tell. Oh, okay. Yes, yes she did. There we go. There's there's no misinterpreting this. Nice that she has the power to stop time. Yeah. What do you say now? That was a very, a very dramatic kiss scene. I liked it. Now come back to my place. But yeah, I guess nobody saw that because of how it was done. But like the one guy just kind of looked back at them. Yeah, let's not talk about that. Let's just move on. Well, I could give you some suggestions, you know, personally. I know, right? If anyone has questions, it'd be you. Heating up is, yeah, I'd say so. Application for first love. Yeah, just, you know, being humble. Sorry, I woke up late because I was having a lot of special dreams. Oh, you. You, raise your hand. I know you have questions. I think that would be for the best. I think you two should have some talking time. No need to apologize. I bet you weren't. Well, this is awkward. Really? I imagine you were just making excuses because you wanted to spend time with her. Yeah. You've already accepted the job, pretty much, so just, you know, do it. Well, I wouldn't be bothered by getting kissed by her either, so... There are definitely worse ways to have your kiss stolen. That means I swing that way. No one near enough tongue, though. Well, that's disappointing to hear. Maybe next time. I bet she thinks about that kiss every time she goes to the train. Lots of encouragements. Pretty good poster. And the calligraphy. Well, then stamp it. Yeah, you go do that. I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, I guess I do that so they don't just have random stuff put on there unofficially. I suppose. Huh. Yes, that's your role. Yeah, that'd be something. Yes, especially if you're not used to it. She seems confident to me, but it's hard to tell what she's thinking. Well, you have your differences, but I think you also have your similarities. Wonder how much time is going to be spent on this election. Wouldn't have to tell me twice. Yeah, hand touching. Now she's feeling hot and bothered. Don't ask for the unreasonable. How am I supposed to relax when I'm touching her hand? Nice. What was that with the eye? Uh, uh, yeah, probably not the best time to really be dealing with these feelings. Best time slash place, but I love the blushing. Yeah, so did you get any Doki Doki from that? Because I see a little bit of blushing. I mean, the just grabbed her hand. That's a pretty big deal. So what is it gonna take to make you go Doki Doki, I guess is the question here. Because apparently the kiss didn't do it, the handholding didn't do it, so I think we need to keep escalating. uh, I mean, I'm not really sure what you want here. I don't think that's the case because the cover art makes it pretty clear you two are going to be the main ship here. So I'm a little bit curious what will change to make you you know feel for Nanami. Well, that's good because she'd probably reject you right now. Not yet, at least. It's not okay, but okay. Are we going for just a straight up one-sided romance here? Okay. Wow, she really is pretty cute. I mean, I couldn't tell her no. I mean, it doesn't hurt you at all to just let her love you. But there's no way it stays like this for all that long. Uh, it's weird. Okay. Well, I really was not expecting this kind of development. Wow. Very fitting. He talks into it and she just listens. Representing their one-sided romance. Yeah, just keep wiggling it. Why are you pouring water on it? Okay, it's pretty long. Hectopascal. Not sure why she has one eye closed. That doesn't help you hear at all. Very weird, ED. Yeah, and those are just the credits. I don't really need to look at those. So, yeah, that was the second episode of Yagate Kimi ni Naru. And, I mean, what is there really to say here? I mean, you had Yu, who's not super confident in her ability to do her, newfound manager position that was kind of just given to her all of a sudden by Nanami. You also have Psyche, I think her name was Psyche, something like that. Sayaka. She's obviously very close to Nanami. She's a little bit disappointed that she wasn't given the job that Yu was given, and you had to have Nanami kind of explain to her why that was, why she wasn't given the position, but she still cares a lot about her, and that she doesn't need to feel jealous or salty about that. So we kind of have that scene between them, while playing volleyball. So I guess that's good that they took care of that. But yeah, Nanami is definitely trying to make it sound like she didn't choose you to be her manager just because she loves her. But I don't know how much truth there is to that. I mean, she's kind of a hard person to read in general. We're not really in her head as much as we're in Yu's head, so there's a little bit of mystery there and a lot of things. Now, we did get a scene where the two of them are walking alone together, where Yu kind of confronted her, asked her about what that whole confession before and what that was about. And eventually, that led Nanami just to make a bit of a move there and to kiss her while the trains were going by. So presumably nobody saw it. But yeah, if words don't get the idea across to you, then the actions should have, and they seem to have done so pretty well. And that was a nice scene and all. I did quite like that, but I don't. It doesn't seem like we're going to be getting a scene like that again anytime soon, because it was made very clear that you did not get any kind of doki doki from that, and also didn't get any doki doki from the hand-holding during the photo taking scene. So, which basically means that she has no real intention of going out with Nanami currently, so that kind of puts a bit of a damper on their relationship, which is a bit of a problem. The only silver lining here is the fact that Nanami is okay with this one-sided thing. She just likes the idea of being allowed to love you, pretty much. So I think I've seen that kind of thing a couple times in anime before, but I wasn't really expecting this show to go in that direction. I mean, a lot of Yuri anime do, or Yuri manga have that sort of thing where one character likes the other one a lot more and the other one just kind of puts up with it, and there's varying degrees of that. Like you have Shirai Kuroko from Railgun, her feelings towards Misaka Mikoto, where it's clearly a one-sided romance, but Misaka just kind of puts up with it. But the show really doesn't give you much illusion that they'll ever be a real couple. And then there are ones where one of the characters likes her, and the other one does as well, but she's not as obvious about it, and she eventually will break through to her. Like there's different, very, very varying degrees of that sort of dynamic. But yeah, I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting it to be pretty mutual from early on, but that's clearly not the case. And a lot you repeating yourself over and over again, talking about how they're not the same, which is, I mean, true. Clearly, Nanami got her Doki Doki, but you did not, so she keeps calling her unfair because of all of that. She gets her fulfillment, her satisfaction, however you want to translate that, whereas you does not. So, yeah, a little bit unfair, I suppose, but I do think eventually you will come around. I don't know how or why that will happen, but clearly it's not any kind of love at first sight sort of thing like she's experienced from her romance manga and stuff like that. So I think if it happens, it'll be more of a gradual sort of thing, which is not as what she would usually expect. So, because the two of them are going to be spending time together because of their mutual student council work, so there definitely is time for you to develop something there, especially considering Nanami is so great. It's kind of hard not to like her, but yeah, I think the relationship will evolve over time, just slowly, of course. But at least we got something kiss wise, which I guess is nice to hold us off until they become a real couple. Who knows how long that will take? Hopefully not the end of the season. That'd be kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, I'm still not sure exactly how I feel about this show. It's still overall been a little bit disappointing from what I expected. But definitely it's not bad or anything. I don't know. I want more Yuri from it, I guess is really what it comes down to. But I'm still probably going to enjoy it enough to at least finish it, but I don't know, it'd probably just be kind of an okay anime by the time I finish it, if it doesn't kind of escalate things in a meaningful way. Because if it's just gonna be, Nanami making googly eyes at you here and there while she looks slightly uncomfortable and is salty about not feeling the same way, then that'll get kind of boring fairly quickly. I don't know if there'll be any drama with Sayaka going forward, possibly. I mean, she seemed to have accepted the situation more or less, but there could be something happening with that later on as well. We could do more stuff with Yu's friends, who knows? I don't know. I just don't really see exactly where the show is going, I guess is kind of the big problem. I'm not sure exactly what kind of big conflicts we'll have. I don't exactly know what kind of developments you and Naname's relationship will have, and when and how, so there's a lot still up in the air. But it's okay so far for me. I'm sure there's some people that just absolutely love the show and they like the pacing and the developments, but for me it's just kind of okay at the moment. So I mean, I'll continue watching it and all, but just yeah, it's okay. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.